Don't touch these colors. Don't touch those colors.
What is this?
It seems like some gigantic, bloated, floating bridge.
Well, what in Schwarzschild's radius is that?
Well, Daisy, I think this is some type of spinning void hole.
Oh no! I think we're going to get sucked in.
Now my voice has changed. Can we move this stick? Or do you think this will just plug it up?
You wish. This is no time for jokes. We need to think of something quick. Feels like it's starting to suck the light out of me.
What can we do? There isn't even any space to move around on this wood noodle.
I remember my school teacher, Mr. Micro, showing pictures of something that was exactly like this.
It was called a
black hole. It has such a strong gravitational force that no light can escape.
There's something in there. I don't think I want to explore it, though.
There is light in there?
Well, of course there's something in there. Look at it.
Well, technically, look around it.
Oh, I get it.
I'm sure you do.
The stuff around us, and even what you and me are made of, is all just energy that is connected by opposing charges. The matter only pushes off what it doesn't absorb.
I think.
Like a fart that comes from pizza?
Sure, so all the light we see is only heat that is reflected off of energy that appears to be mass. That thing has so much mass that it sucks up all the light.
The only light that comes out is
X-ray radiation. And since we can't see that, all that appears is an invisible black space.
Sure, Rob. Like how you can turn your eyeballs into the back of your head and see what you're thinking?
Ha! A little.
That same teacher told us a story about a scientist who wanted to see what the universe actually was.
He began by pouring himself
A half-full glass of water and then pouring himself
a half-empty glass of vinegar.
He then drank both liquids. He noticed the vinegar was not as pleasant to the tongue as the water. Because his facial muscles tightened after drinking it, he concluded that even all things clear must not be the same. This made him decide that from that point on, he would perform his experiments blindfolded so as to not be misled by the imaginary qualities of matter. He began the second experiment with a container of frozen water and another container of the same amount of water held over candle fire. Of course, he had an assistant to help him. Why would he want to risk burning himself?
Knowing the water in both containers would not be completely clear anymore,
He wondered which container would weigh more when compared. For the frozen water did not seem to change, but the water when heated would no longer be a liquid either, and seemed it should certainly weigh less. When placed over the heat, the water bubbled, and soon the glass container burst.
The scientist and his assistant screamed out of shock, and they scampered around quickly to pick up the glass.
The scientist had no idea what happened. He ordered his assistant
To obtain another glass container from the store.
and get some more ice so they could try the experiment again. While the boy was gone,
the scientist sat in his chair and smoked a pipe.
pipe. His pondering and curiosity brought about a huge,
massive blast of revelation. Why, it must be
smaller pieces we cannot see that
caused this explosion.
For one cannot see their thoughts, but certainly feel their head expand upon inhaling the heat of the pipe. Meanwhile, the boy arrived at the store and was frantic when they told him they had no more glass containers. I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation, man.
He's the most notable scientist in our town.
His steadiness requests nothing more than the
Container and the measly piece of ice.
The dude at the register said,
Look, kiddo,
What does he need it for that is so urgent? The boy explained what happened with the experiment.
The store owner said, well, that is as easy as a
Frog
frog
in
in
boiling water.
You slowly boil it, the frog stays in and dies.
Dies.
You drop it in already boiling.
The frog pops right out. The boy says, how is that possibly connected?
The store owner says, well, a glass container
in
in a frog.
So it jumped away from the fire.
And since it normally can't move, it popped. Boy shouts, jumping dinosauruses in space, you are right. I will return this insight to the scientist.
On the walk back, the boy thought to himself,
May I produce this information to the scientist as my own?
And he shall assume myself to be at his stature. Oh, he will be so impressed.
upon returning to the
Scientist's laboratory, the boy opened the door, found nothing but a room of smoke with no scientist.
That's it! Lucky goose, hit me with that stick, Ruby!